Hi you guys, so today we're going to do a Shrunken Head collection video. So if you're interested in Halloween and really spooky stuff, and this is the video for you. And I'll be showing you my Shrunken Heads. I do have a bunch of Shrunken Heads that are in a shelf, like to the right of all the Barbie dolls that I have. So this is my only Shrunken Heads that I do own. They're vintagey type Shrunken Heads, novelty, vintagey, 60s and 70s. Shrunken Heads, and I have some like ones that were made out of animal skin. I had them too, which is really interesting, very cool to me. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. So now this first one that I'm gonna show you is the ones from a website that sells they're made out of animal skin, I'm thinking, because either that or they're paper mache. I'm not really 100% sure what they're made out of, but I know that they sell them. I'll leave links to this to where you can buy these from. They're solemngalore.com sells reproduction type shrunken heads. I don't know if they're paper mache or if they're made out of animal skin. You can judge for yourself. I don't know what they're made out of. But I'll show you this one. They have this one right here, and which is very cool and kind of spooky looking with the little feathers and little details. That what how they sell them is they'll have like a generic picture of one that's already made, but they'll send you like a random color. Basically, it'll look like this, but it'll have different feather colors, so you really don't know what kind of color you're going to get, not unless I guess you request a certain color. And they do have animal hair, so I'm assuming that this is made out of some type of animal, maybe a goat. And they actually have eyes and eyelashes and different things like that. And they have a little rope so you can hang it in your car if you choose to. And these are from solemngalore.com. And they have long flowing hair. They actually do have ears. I'll show if I can see if I can show you the ears. It's kind of like a little, like a mold of the ear, and they have this little hair accessory right here with the feather. These are really, really cool too, you guys. The hair's quality is really silky, really soft. And this is the more of a high-end shrunken head, like of a higher end side. This is the more pricier ones right here. So if you're looking for one with a silkier texture, it'll be more for you. But you're getting a nice shrunken head though. He's really cool. And it's actually rooted strain by strain too. It's really, really strange how they do it. So I'm assuming that this is made out of an animal. And so this is this one right here. It's very cute, little braids and little things on it. All kind of little accessories. So this is this one right here. He's very cool. Highly recommend this. I had this hanging in my car for about a month, and no damage came to him. He was actually very, very sturdy in the car. I might put him back in my car too. I'm debating on it. So I had it hanging in my car for a very long time. So this is this one. Highly recommend this one. This one's awesome. This is a lower end quality shrunken head. This is by the same company. This one's cheaper. This looks like to me like a monkey. So this is this one right here. You can see the eyes is not as detailed as the other one is. And they have little stitching in the mouth and in the lips. And they have long strings on them. And as you can see, it's a more wool-like texture. It's not so much detailed as the one with the feathers on it, the more expensive one. This one's still an awesome quality shrunken head. They have a little rope to hang it in car if you choose to. So you can get this one. And I'll leave links down below, not to this exact picture, but I'll leave links to the generic shrunken head. That way you can see all the available choices that they do have. And they're hollow out in the inside too. Let me see if I can find the hole. They're all hollow in the inside, and they're sewn up towards the back end. You can see that. They have stitching to sew that they sewed it back here, so that way the head. I'm thinking this is like skin, and they just sat it on a mold to make it kind of detailed like this. I think they're really cool though. I mean, you got your two choices. You can get a more expensive one, or you can get this one. So this one's more of a budget one. Maybe you can use this for Halloween decoration. The man told me that these things cannot get wet. So I would advise you, if you're going to hang them outside for Halloween time, they cannot get wet, because if they get wet, they fall apart. So I really don't know what they're made of. The man just told me that they cannot get wet, but they're made for your car and they can hang in your car. But you just cannot get them wet. That's all I was told. So it's really, really thick, woolly hair. I mean, this is like legit wool. This is pretty awesome. And it's got a little string. So this is this one. Now this is the generic basic shrunken heads that you'll find at the party store and the novelty stores, the shrunken heads that you'll find in there. And this one, I've been having this one for a long time. He was rooted. He was rooted, so it's not going to come with this amount of hair. You can actually reroot these things and actually put more hair in, which is what I did when I got him. Um, he was bought a long time ago, and he just had, what they'll come with is they'll have a bang right here. This is it right here. And this is about half the size of my head. And what it'll come with is just a bang and a little thin strip of hair. That's it. You'll get like one weft of hair and the rest will be bald. And what you can do is what I did is rooted with tons and tons of hair, which is white and black and all these different colors. I use this for Halloween decoration and I wanted it to look very nice. And they do come with a rope for hanging, for secure hanging. That way you can hang it wherever you choose to. To me, it just looks way better with thicker rooted hair. And it's never been brushed, so it's nice and nappy and tangled. It just looks really, really scary to me. And it's really awesome to hang during Halloween. These are waterproof and everything. These can get wet. Everything. It's awesome. And this is available. You can just search on eBay, large shrunken head, and you'll see it. It'll look just like this. Just a little thin strip right here it'll be like that much hair. And just a little bit of bang on the front. That's it. It doesn't come with all this. This is what you can do. Just kind of reroot it and just make it really cool and make it an awesome Halloween decoration. So this is like a rubbery type vinyl. It's really, really hard vinyl type thing. I don't know if you can see that, but you can't really see it. They have little knots in here where I punch hair in, knot it, and punch it out. I'm not doing any services as far as rerouting, so this is this one, and it's really cool. Now these are the vintagey shrunken heads that I'm gonna show you next. I'm gonna go from the let's see, the 70s, the 60s, and the 50s. That's what the decades are gonna be. So I'm gonna go with the 70s first. And let's see, where did I put the one from the 70s? Did it fall? Of course. Did it fall? Hold on, let me see where it's at. So this is the one from the 1970s. This was available at the dime store or any type of generic store. It's called a Shrunken Head, an authentic replica of the Javaho native foreign land of the Amazon. This was made in Hong Kong, and Hong Kong manufactured stuff in the 1970s. So in the 1970s in Hong Kong, they actually manufactured a generic hollow shrunken head. Let's see if I can see where's the face at. I think this is, yeah, it's this way. I will not be taking it out the packaging, but it's just a generic. It looks just like the ones that I'm gonna show you in the future. It's basically a head with a I don't know if you can see that. You see the little nose right here, and the little threads right here. It looks just like the one right there. It's got little threads hanging from it. It's got a small little loop on top and a little bit of patch of hair on top. It's actually glued on the top. It's not even rooted. And so this was sold as a novelty thing at like a dime store or anything like that. This was meant to hang in your car, and it says this is old store stock too. It wasn't even, the cents was right there. You see that? That's really cool to me. You could find these on eBay. This is just a generic hollow shrunken head with a little threads in the front and a little bit of patch of hair, like maybe that much. You're getting on the very top of the head, and it's got a little loop, and you can hang these in your car if you choose to. They are available on eBay. Just type in shrunken head, and you will find these. Just look for this packaging, and you'll be able to find them. Okay, that's the 70s, and then the 1960s. They used to make these too, and this was a novelty thing that used to hang in your car in the 1970s. So this is the packaging right here. It says it's a good thing, and this was made in Japan. Right? Yeah, this is made in Japan. Japan did stuff in the 1970s. It looks just like, this is how the plastic one looks. It looks just like this, but with shorter hair. You can see it's even got a little staple on the back, like for the packaging. So you can see that. You see it's the little staple, and they actually have a little bit of stuff in the inside. And this is an actual reproduction of the ones. This is the original ones from the 60s. So in the 1960s, this is what people had hanging in their car. So I think it's really, really cool. This is the original packaging, original everything. So this was something that was sold in stores. I think it's really, really cool. And they actually glued on the hair on the side. And it's tied it with a knot on the top, so there's no rooting at all. It's just glued all around and tied on the top. And this is one of them that I have in my collection. And I cherish it. I have it in there. It just kind of sits in there. And now the 1950s was the decade that they made the best shrunken heads, in my opinion, for your car, because they made good quality stuff. You could see like they gradually did the 60s where they made it small, and in the 70s they made it like crap. But look at the detail in the 1950s one, okay? So this is, I have it out the box already, but this was the original box from the 1950s that they used to sell these things in. So that's the packaging. And in the 1950s, they used to package everything in boxes. It has a little bit of water damage to it. That's the original tissue paper for it. So in the 1950s, when you bought a shrunken head for your car, this is the type of packaging that you'd get it in. It's got like a little yellow box. It's really cool. It's got a little bit of water damage. I bought this from eBay years and years ago. And look at the detail in the 1950s one. So this is the one from the 1950s. And it's got little threads on it. It's really cool. Got long black hair. And you can see it's actually, the hair is actually stitched on. I don't know if you can see that. It's got little threads on here. You see all the stitching on it. There's no rooted hair anywhere. It's stitched across it, and they actually glued it on. They got some kind of sap on the top that keeps it from falling out. And this is the original rope right here that they came hung with. Very, very cool. I had to seal the ends right here with Gorilla Glue. That way it wouldn't come unthreaded, because it was coming unthreaded for a little while. So I actually wrapped it and sealed it with Gorilla Glue, as well as the ones on the bottom too. That way it wouldn't fall apart. And actually, this is what the plastic one looks like. The one that's in the bag. This is exactly what it looks like, except it's plastic. So this is what you'll be getting when you order the plastic one, except it'll be a lot less hair. This is like rubber too. See that? It's flexible rubber, still kicking from the 1950s, and it's still going strong. Back then, though, they used to make a lot better quality stuff than they do now. Even for this a novelty thing going in your car, this is made very well. It still lasted all these years. And this is a really high quality twine, and they actually got it rooted pretty well. Look how cool that is. You can see all the detail in his, and all crevices and everything in his face, all the wrinkles. To me, that's cool. That's really good detail. And I actually hung this in my car for a little while, but I took it out since then. It's been in the box for a little while. I just recently cleaned him up, and that's why he was at the box. So I had to clean him and get all the dust off of him and things like that. So other than that, though, it's been sitting in the box for the longest time. It's a very, very cool thing to have in your car, especially from the 1950s. It's just really good quality stuff right here. So this is this one. This is like a 3D shrunken head. And if you can find these are really highly valuable, and to me, in my opinion, I have one of these. One of the original shrunken heads from the 1950s. This is when they were really popular. And very good detail. I love this though. This is really awesome. So, I don't know. Well, I'm sorry for the short video, but you know, it's a pretty cool video. You got to see some shrunken heads. It's pretty cool. So if you like this video, oh wait, let me show you the old ones. I forgot to do this. Okay, you've seen this one right now. They're still making these currently in production, but they're made a lot different now. So they're still making this one, but they're all black now. They're not like a beige or a gray color that this one is. They're still making them as a novelty. They're selling them now as a novelty, and they're rooted. They have a little thin strip of rooted hair, just like the big ones do. Oh, where's the head? I don't know. It's made just, okay, this is the packaging. You can find this on eBay. So just search shrunken head on eBay, and you'll find the little black ones. It's black shrunken heads, and they have just a little thread on top, and it's made just like this one. So you could still buy these today, but not this exact replica, because it's going to be like, the hair is about maybe right there, and it has a little thread on top and a little black stitching. It's going to be like this. So it's not going to be hanging or nothing like that. Not as detailed as these were in the 1950s. In my opinion, though, I think they should reproduce these exact heads. I think because these heads are awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want this type of head hanging in a car? This thing is scary looking. And the realism of this thing is so cool. And it's rubber too. That's why I think it's lasted for so long. So you can squish it and everything. That's pretty badass. So, if you like this video, just remember to like, rate, and subscribe. If you got any new comments, on this video, you can leave them down below. If you want to know anything more about these shrunken heads, you can leave a comment down below. I'll leave a link where you can buy these right there. Just check the description down below. And just remember to like, rate, and subscribe. And you'll see more videos. Bye.